Welcome to the training module for student authentication in distance education. The purpose of this video is to help you understand the requirements set forth for student authentication in distance education and ensure your course is set up to meet those requirements. A little background on student authentication. It is required by federal regulations. The ACCJC also has a guide on evaluating distance education, and we'll look at those specific requirements. Cuesta College has therefore developed Administrative Procedure 5104 on distance education, which can be found on the Cuesta College webpage under Distance Education Resources. Federal regulations require that institutions that offer distance education courses put processes in place through which the institution establishes that the student who registers for the distance education course is the same student who participates in and completes the course to receive the academic credit. The ACCJC has provided a guide for evaluating distance education. And part of that guide is to ensure academic integrity of teaching and learning processes. Part of our requirement is the institution must establish and publish clear expectations concerning student academic honesty and consequences for dishonesty. Part of this guide, when evaluating our DE courses, we are asked to answer some questions. What mechanisms do we have in place for verifying students enrolled in our DE courses? Do these mechanisms include a secure login and password? Or do we provide opportunities for proctored exams? Do we use other effective technologies and practices that will verify student identity? In order for us to meet this requirement for federal regulations as well as the ACCJC requirements, we have established a student authentication process. You can meet this process by implementing one or more of the following. You may teach in the college's learning management system, the LMS, with a secure login and password. Or you might teach in an other or new technology that practices the same effective ways of verifying student identity. If you are teaching in Moodle, this is the college's learning management system. Moodle does require a secure login and password. These login and passwords are generated through the campus's student registration database and issued only to the student of record. If you are teaching in Moodle, you have met the student authentication requirement. If you are not teaching in Moodle or looking for other ways to also verify student identity, you could ask students to complete examinations in a monitored environment where they're asked to present a photo identification. You might also consider using plagiarism detection software, such as Turnitin, that also provides a secure login and password. The instructor should also consider providing awareness about appropriate academic honesty and provide examples of acceptable and unacceptable behavior. You should also ask students to accept these appropriate academic honesty policies that you've established. In addition to providing effective student authentication, you should also practice regular effective instructor-student contact. In Administrative Procedure 4105, there are best practices established for meeting this requirement set by the ACCJC. Provide multiple opportunities for authentic assessments and employ multiple assessment strategies to maintain an active student engagement in your course. Once you've identified how your course meets student authentication requirements, please complete the attached student authentication form. On this form, you can identify how you are meeting the requirement, whether it's through using the college's learning management system or an other or new effective technology. You can also identify what other means of providing an authentic student effective contact you are using. Once you've completed the form, please submit the form electronically, which will be sent directly to the Distance Education Committee. Thank you.